So you want to learn about Chalice Dungeons, we've come to the right place. When I first started doing Chalice Dungeons, they confused the hell out of me, so I thought I'd make this guide. First up, what is a Chalice Dungeon? Well, Chalice Dungeons are procedurally generated instances that contain the hardest encounters, new enemies, and the best loot in the game. To begin a Chalice Dungeon, you need to head to the Hunter's Dream, so here we are. And then head over to the altars on the left. Once you're at the Ritual altar, click on it, and enter the and go on Chalice Ritual. Here you'll get this menu. Okay, on the Chalice Ritual screen, you'll see the chalices on the left that you've unlocked, and in the center of the screen, you'll see the depth, the area, and what materials you need to conduct this chalice. So we need 1,000 echoes and 2 Ritual Blood 1, which I do not have. There are 2 types of chalices in the game. There's the storyline and the root chalices. Anything with the word root in it is a root chalice, self-explanatory. Anything without root in it is a storyline chalice, which you need to beat to unlock the root chalice. And the root chalice is where all the best loot is. Storyline chalices are the same for everybody, but root chalices are randomly generated with unique loot. Okay, now let's talk depth. Not emotional depth, dungeon depth. Each number corresponds to roughly 25% of the game. So depth 1, 25%, depth 2, 50%, depth 3, 75%, depth 4, 100%, depth 5, 125%, so after you've finished the main story. Recommended depth levels: depth 1, 20 to 25, depth 2, 30 to 35, depth 3, 60, depth 4, 80, depth 5, level 100. Obviously, depending on your skill level, you could try them earlier. They're just a rough guide. Now I'm going to start from the beginning. This is the order of the chalices you should do. First one, Thu'um Chalice, the first chalice you unlock from beating the Bloodstarved Beast. So you're going to go on that. Providing you've got the echoes and the basic materials, you can start this chalice. Okay, the second chalice you're going to want to do is a Central Thu'um Chalice. For this, you're going to need 1800 blood echoes and 6 Ritual Blood 2. Now you get these ritual materials from completing the chalices. I've never had to go farm any from following this order. Third chalice you're going to want to do is the Lower Thu'um Chalice, where you'll need 3,200 blood echoes and 9 Ritual Blood 3. Make sure when you're doing this one you get the Haze Extractor from layer 2. There are 4 layers in this chalice. You're going to need that for extracting haze, which is used in other rituals. Fourth chalice you're going to want to do is the Ailing Loran Chalice. Now this is dropped by the Amygdala in the Nightmare Frontier, which is an optional boss, so make sure you do that. And here you'll see you need 5,500 echoes, 9 Ritual Blood 4, and Cold Blood Flower Bud. You need 4 of those to conduct this ritual. After that, you're going to want to go on to the Cursed and Defiled Chalice, and that is going to take 5,500 echoes, 9 Ritual Blood 4, 2 Bastard of Loran, and 22 Arcane Haze, which is why you need the Arcane Haze Extractor. Now for number 6, it doesn't matter which order you do these in, but you need to do the Lower Loran Chalice, which takes 11,500 blood echoes, 9 Ritual Blood 5, and 4 Blooming Cold Blood Flowers. And then you need to do the Great Is Chalice, which is 11,500 echoes, 9 Ritual Blood 5, 3 Pearl Slugs, and 25 Arcane Haze. The order of them 2, it doesn't matter which one you do first. And then finally, you're going to do the Great Thu'um Chalice, which requires 11,500 blood echoes, 9 Ritual Blood 5, 4 Red Jelly, 25 Arcane Haze, and 1 Living String. You get the Living String from the Mother Brain in the Nightmare of Mensis after beating Miklash, the host of the Nightmare. Now the storyline chalices are done, let's talk root chalices. You can add rites to root chalices, so let's have a look at this one. You have the Faulted Offering, the Rotted Offering, and the Cursed Offering. Faulted Offerings, F, empowers creatures that are already in the instance by giving them a damage buff. Rotted Offerings, R, introduce new creatures into the dungeon and raise the possibility of traps. Cursed Dungeons, C, cut your HP in half while in the dungeon, and all gems that drop will be cursed. Cursed gems are some of the best ones in the game, if you can get the right drop on them. Adding each of these offerings to the chalices appears to improve the quality level and the drop rate of gems. To add the offerings to the dungeon, you just need to go down and then click on it, and then it'll highlight it on the right side of the screen. So you want to add all those in and then conduct the ritual, and that'll give you an FRC root chalice. Creating the FRC root chalice will give you access to the all-important glyphs. Once you've created one, like I said, you don't need to have completed it, just have to have it created. Now you can use the glyph search. So if you click on this, it'll bring up this box. Now I'll leave a link below to a spreadsheet which has been filled out by the community, which is insane. Using glyphs is the best way to farm for upgrade materials, the best gems, even better runes, and the lost and uncanny versions of the weapons. All you need to do is enter the code and you're good to go. It doesn't cost any ritual materials, but you will need to be a PS Plus member to use the glyph search. You can still enter the dungeons without, but it will require materials. All you need to do for the glyph search is go on the spreadsheet which I've linked below. So, say I wanted the anti-clockwise Metamorpha rune that gives 20% stamina. I would enter the code for that, click search, and there it is. And it brings it up. Click OK, just click accept. I'm not going to do this because I've just done this chalice. Now that's out the way, let's get on to the good stuff, exploring the dungeons. Each dungeon is divided into 3 layers, and each layer has 3 parts. You're going to have a doorway here, which will be locked by a lever. These lights will be purple. So what you need to do is you need to go and find a lever for this. You will find some nice chests like these from exploring. I've already done this chalice, so they've opened. Okay, and then you're going to want to find this lever right here and pull that, because that'll open the door to the boss room. Okay, now the boss room's open. It'll be indicated by the lights changing from purple to this bluey colour. You're going to go in this hallway, and there may or may not be a bonus room here where you can go in and there's good loot in these. You know you're at the end of the bonus room when you find a large coffin, and usually there'll be a few other chests dotted around. 2 there and a 3rd there. So there's 4 chests altogether in this bonus area. Now after the bonus room's done, you'll come to the final door, which is the boss room. So as soon as you open these doors, the boss fight's going to start. I've already beaten the boss here, and once you've beaten it, you'll get a lamp. You can light the lamp, go back and spend your echoes, which is recommended. And then once you've completed it, once you're back, you're going to take the lift down, run out, and now you're on layer 2. And now you're on the 2nd layer, and there's another bonus room there where you can go in and loot. And you can carry straight on to the main room, or where there's a lamp. An ideal plan through is to go through the first hall, check for a bonus door if there's one, go loot the treasure, come back and go into the main room, find the lever, pull the lever, go through to the boss hall, check the bonus room there, clear it, get the treasure, come out, face the boss. Proceed to the next layer and repeat until you're at the end of the dungeon. Some layers may not have the bonus rooms. It's disappointing, but I have had quite a few. And if you're just hunting for weapons, there's no need to do the very last boss because they'll just appear in the chests. The final altar is this makeshift altar. So this requires a short ritual root chalice, which I don't actually have on this character. The short ritual root chalice is an important online item which allows for drop-in matchmaking in the chalice dungeons. The makeshift altar gives you 3 options. Okay, dungeon quick search, which will create a random dungeon you've previously created. It will be randomly created with no additional rights. Co-op quick search, which will join a random co-op dungeon where anyone in the dungeon you have currently access to is ringing their beckoning bell. And the adversarial quick search, which will join a random PvP dungeon where any dungeon you currently have access to has a bell ringing woman present who is ringing her bell. Okay, it's worth noting chalice dungeons do not scale with New Game Plus, so if you're only starting them at the end game or in New Game Plus, the first few are going to be very easy and can be a bit tedious because they don't have much reward, which is why it's recommended that you progress through the story as you complete them, because then it's still challenging and the loot's more useful. Okay, that's Chalice Dungeons Explained. Thanks for watching. If you found any of this informative and helpful, hitting that like button is much appreciated. And that's all for today. Peace.